Hey guys, it's your boy, Ballface8020, back again with another great commentary. I know you hate the economics, you don't want to hear this, I don't want to make it, I'm only doing it because I have to get it out there just in case anything blows up. If you've been following current events at all, you may have heard about this new BRICS currency that's supposed to be backed by gold. The BRICS are, what is it, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. And then and more countries are coming in. It's supposed to be like a trading block or anything. So they want to do this own internal currency that's backed by gold, which I guess is an okay idea in theory. And people who are tend to be either gold people or dollar skeptics. Some of them, not everybody, but a lot of them are thinking oh, this is the beginning of the end of the dollar. Or this is going to be a dollar alternative. No, that's not going to happen. I'm not saying it's insignificant because it shows that there actually really is a lot of dissatisfaction with the dollar as the international reserve currency, but this is not the way that you dethrone the dollar. As monetary analyst Rafi Farber says, you can't go around the dollar, you can only go under it. And what he means by that is you're not going to do it by coming up with some alternative currency. The dollar's got that on lock. The only way to go beat the dollar is to use real money, to just directly use gold and silver, which is not what this BRICS currency is. It's some other form of, they're saying it's going to be backed or partially backed by gold. I have a hard time believing it's going to be fully backed by gold, but let's say it is. Even then, it doesn't really work as a dollar alternative because ultimately a currency is a matter of credibility and faith. Even when the dollar was backed by gold, the only reason people accepted dollars was because they believed that the government would honor the exchange for gold. That you'd say oh, okay, well, here's my $100. Or my, what was $38 or whatever. Here's my $38. You can go to the Treasury or not the Treasury, the Fed or wherever, and give them those $38 and say, give me my ounce of gold, and they would do it. So there was that credibility there, and it was proven that that's all that was, because when World War I started, all the countries immediately suspended their convertibility. You could no longer exchange your paper money for physical gold. Then they would go back to it after the war, and that would cause a lot of problems. But the the thing is and credibility is something that countries like Russia and China, Iran, Brazil, South Africa, India, all these countries, they have no credibility on that. I get everybody hates the United States and the West, and I'm with you on that. But let's say you had a gold-backed U.S. currency and a gold-backed Chinese currency. Which government would you trust more to actually give you your gold back if you went and gave them the money? Now, I wouldn't trust the U.S. government either, but I would trust them way more than the Chinese or Russian or Iranian governments. So, you have these countries that have no credibility whatsoever, getting in a system that depends on credibility. What's happening, like I said earlier, does have significance and it's a sign that the dollar is going to lose its status as the global reserve currency, because there really is dissatisfaction out there and desire to get around it. But by itself, it's not going to bring down the dollar by itself, and it will never be an alternative to the dollar, a viable alternative to the dollar. If you really wanted to take down the dollar, well, there's a couple of things you could do. One would be I don't really understand the mechanics of it. Rafi Farber has talked about it, about buying up a lot of the COMEX stocks, whatever the fuck that is, of the gold and silver, and that would, if you had a billionaire like Elon Musk buy up a lot of it, or that would be enough to trigger a short squeeze or something, and then that would collapse the U.S. I don't understand it, so I don't get it. It sounds legit, but I don't know. The other thing to do would be to just start trading in gold and silver. Historically, you don't really use silver for international trade. Silver is for domestic trade. Gold is for international trade. So you do something like that. You would say something like a country like Russia or something. If Russia was just because Russia's a net exporter, and a lot of their exporters are for governments. If the Russian government was to say, like, okay, well, from now on, our exports need to be, you can't pay for them in dollars, rubles, or anything else. You have to pay for them in physical gold. If you did that, that would put some pressure on the dollar, okay? But Russia's not going to do that for two reasons. One is they don't want physical gold because it's not liquid. You know, you can go out, if you get a dollar or something you can easily convert to a dollar, you can spend it. You can move it around and spend it. Gold, you just have to physically sit there. And then what are you going to do? What are you going to buy with it? Most people won't accept anything in gold. You'll have to buy dollar. You have to use the gold to get dollars to go buy what you want. So they don't want it, first of all. But if they did, like, that's one of the first reason. The second reason is that every government, including these anti-dollar governments, you know, is running the same Ponzi scheme with their own currencies that they don't want to give up. I mean, the last thing any government anywhere in the world wants to do is to actually, you know, have some financial accountability to say, like, we're only going to spend what we either take in taxes or can borrow. Other than that, and we're not going to spend a penny over that. You know, because it's much easier. What governments prefer to do is to just inflate the money supply, is to just print more money. That's the easiest way to deal with it. And yes, that causes inflation, but it works out for the government. It works out for the people in the top, and it keeps the it tends to keep unemployment from going too high, which keeps the population docile, or at least preoccupied. So, you know, so these countries don't, like China, Russia, Iran, they don't want an end to fiat currency any more than the U.S. does. In fact, it would be even more harmful to them, given how their economies are structured. They just want a fiat currency where the U.S. doesn't dominate that fiat currency. That's what they want. That's all for now. See you in the next.